Well, the boys around here don't listen to the Beatles run. Old Bo Cephas threw a jukebox needle at the honky-tonk where they boost on all night. What? Yeah, what to call work and digging in the dirt. Gotta get it in the ground before the rain come down to get paid to get the girl and your four-wheel drive. Yeah, the boys round here drinking that ice-cold beer, talking about girls, talking about trucks, running them red dirt roads out, kicking up dust. The boys round here sending up a prayer to the man upstairs. Backwoods legit, don't take no lip. Shoot her back, shoot her back, shoot her back a spit. Oh, heck. Well, the boys around here, they're keeping it country. Ain't a damn one know how to do the Dougie. No, I'm not in Kentucky, but these girls around here, yep, they still love me. Yeah, the girls around here, they all deserve a whistle. Shaking that sugar sweet as Dixie Crystal. They like that yawling southern drawl and just can't help it 'cause they just keep falling for the boys around here. Drinking that ice cold beer, talking about girls, talking about trucks, running them red dirt roads out, kicking up dust. The boys around here sending up a prayer to the man upstairs. Backwoods legit, don't take no lip. Shoot her back and shoot her back and shoot her back a bit.
Let's ride through the countryside. Let's ride down to the riverside.
Hey now girl, hop inside. Me and you gonna take a little ride to the river. Let's ride. That's right. Lay a blanket on the ground. Kissing in the crickets is the only sound. We out of town. Have you ever got down with her? Do you wanna get down with her? Girl, you gotta get down with the boys round here, drinking that ice cold beer, talking about girls, talking about trucks, running them red dirt roads out, kicking up dust. The boys round here sending up a prayer to the man upstairs. Backwoods legit, don't take no lip. Shoot her back and shoot her back and shoot her back. I'm one of them boys round here, drinking that ice cold beer, talking about girls, talking about trucks, running them red dirt roads out, kicking up dust. The boys round here sending up a prayer to the man upstairs. Backwoods legit, don't take no lip. Shoot her back and shoot her back and shoot her back a spit.
Welcome to the WINGIT call, September 13th, 2016. Look where we are now. Take a knee, please. Dear Lord, please provide us your guidance and your wisdom as this blessing comes down so that we are to do what you want done. This is your money, not ours. Show us the way to being good stewards. That's all we ask. In Jesus Christ's name, amen. Got a couple of things to address here. Waiting for my wingman to show up. But I guess until then, we will... disclaimer, we're not attorneys, CPAs, financial advisors. This is our opinion. Anything on this call is not to be taken as legal advice. For the rest of the disclaimer, please go to thewingitcall.com, click on the disclaimer tab, and you shall have the rest of the disclaimer. Art, take it away.
Yes, sir. Good afternoon, Jerry. Good afternoon to everyone in Currency Land. Beautiful day here in Clarksville, Tennessee. Everybody asked me, how'd you ever get to Clarksville? I said, well, you ever hear that song, Who Was the Monkees or somebody, The Last Train to Clarksville? I always tell them took the last train to Clarksville. They wouldn't let me back out, so that's how I got here. Anyway, keep in mind that anything we tell you guys, all rumor tell. Nothing ever gets confirmed. It seems we get a lot of stuff and then don't happen, so it's really not been confirmed. And we were told so many times we're going to have the numbers tonight, and we're going to wake up to them in the morning, and we've gotten, I guess, to the point where we really don't expect them in the morning because it never happens. So I think when it happens, it'll truly be a surprise. We will wake up to a surprise. We did hear last night we were supposed to get numbers about 7 o'clock Central Time. Well, here we are. That didn't happen. We also heard one contact said his guys in Reno said absolutely last night or today we're going to see this. Well, today's not over. I heard this morning that the Admiral was supposed to go in at 10 o'clock Pacific Time to Wells Fargo. I thought he went in several times before. Maybe not. One of these times, I guess he'll go in and exchange, and then we'll go. Also, a lot of talk has been about, is Hillary dead or is she alive? So we don't know that neither. But that has nothing to do with the RV, I don't think. Well, I don't know. Some people say if she goes, we get the RV, but I certainly wouldn't want to look at it that way. We'll get the RV with or without her. We all know it's going to happen. That's the main thing, so keep positive. And I will read you one little email I got here. There's really no other information except what I just told you. We're waiting to see if the Admiral did go in, and fully expectant that we will have numbers probably sometime today there. We're certainly still looking for that, but this email was sent to me by one of our Denarians. It was sent to me actually by a Michigan man up there, and one of our other folks sent it to him. It's called Furniture Shipment Surprise. It says, if you have any doubts about Muslim immigration, this might clear them up. Greek border guards found 52 tons of guns and ammunition in 14 Connex containers disguised as furniture for Muslim immigrants. It says, for your information, Yavex, that's Y-A-V-E-X USA, is a Turkish arms manufacturing company that is licensed to do business in Fort Myers, Florida. It says, keep letting them in our country. If this doesn't convince you that this immigration is nothing less than an armed invasion, then nothing will. Wonder still why all those young military-age men without children or wives are taking on the task of traveling all those miles posing as refugees. Most Western nation mainstream media won't report this or cover this, though, will they? So share that with everybody you know. That's the news for today. Turn it back to you, buddy.
Thanks, Art. Art hung up on himself. He'll call back in. Now, hold on a second here. There we go. So a couple of things to address today. Oh, there he is.
Yeah, sorry, I had to pull off the road and dial in and all that good stuff.
Oh, okay. Hey, Wingman. Art called back in too. So a couple of things to address first. And Iko will probably agree with this. We're down to the point where we are repeating things pretty much every call. There's nothing going on. There's no new intel, and it's just rehashing old stuff. But that being said, we are getting closer. I'm sure everybody can. You can feel it in the wind. Oh, there we go. And star 2 to raise your hands. Today is going to be about caller questions. So to prepare everybody for what's coming, I have made the decision. I want you to listen closely. I have made this decision. Everybody is tired. We're worn out and we're at a frazzle. So at the close of business, meaning 11 p.m. Eastern tonight, the WINGIT room scrolling chat will be no more. Now the forum will still be open. It will be read only, meaning you can go in, look at the articles in the forum, download what you want. You can even PM other people. But the rolling chat part of the WINGIT forum, as of 11 Eastern this evening, will be no more. Everybody is tired. I want you to concentrate on the information that's out there and take some quality time with your family. I know this comes as a shock, but we're all just tired. So once again, the WINGIT rolling chat at 11 p.m. Eastern this evening will be closed for the final time. But the read-only option is still up on the WINGIT forum. You can read, you can PM other people, but you cannot post comments. This is my decision. Now that being said, Art, I'm going to unmute you. If you'll just mute on your end. And let me see. Let me get over here. I want to address, I'll read it and then it will address it. This is from Nick G. Marino over on Denard Daily. This is a threat, and we'll address this right now. Jerry, I'm writing this to inform you of my plan to absolutely destroy you and your cult following. You have crossed the line over and over again with your lies, and the time has come. You are now in my crosshairs, and it will only be a matter of time until you go down. Best regards, Nick. P.S. You'd better give Lonnie the money that you collected. And then it says, to the WINGIT crowd, this is your pathetic leader, a guy who looks like Porky. You know, I guess I'm a swell-looking feller. You're an idiot, Nick. Now that we've addressed that, Art,
Yeah.
before we get to Wingman, can you reaffirm that you know Okie and what did I do for him?
Yeah, I know Okie very well. I talk to him 2 times a day, maybe 3, and we compare notes and info and so forth. And I did what you asked a week or so ago and asked Okie, did you receive the money that Jerry collected for you in your time of need? He said, I absolutely did. He said, make sure that everyone knows I love them, and I really appreciate those who did contribute, and it certainly bailed me out at that time. And he said, I just really appreciate that, and I just want to make sure you let everybody know that. So whoever this idiot is that's saying to give Lonnie the money, he's just really an idiot. That's all there is to it. I mean, Okie wouldn't lie and say, yeah, I got the money when he didn't. You know, Okie's not that type of guy. So that's all I can say. I don't know who this guy is even, but like you said, he's an idiot. I think he's an idiot.
Thank you, Art.
All right.
Iko, Wingman.
Yes, sir. Go ahead.
So when I was collecting donations for Okie, did I not send you and some other unnamed individuals copies of the receipts to the tune of right around $6,000?
Yep, sure did. Yeah. You know, in a vacuum, any piece of crap will come in to fill it. And that's really what we're looking at here. This guy's just a sad sack, looking for attention. And unfortunately, the internet is so easy to use as an attention-grabbing device. So, so here we are paying attention to him. I think enough said.
If need be, there are other people that are not vested in this can come forward and also say that they have received a copy also of the receipts. So all I got to say to you, Nick, is bring it, Cupcake. You may not like what you see or get. Now then. Oh, did you want to, before we start taking callers, just want to hit quickly your observation about the markets?
Yeah. So, we were all pretty much tuned into the fact that the markets are eventually going to essentially crash because they're so overvalued. This is, of course, I'm talking about the international bond market and the stock market. And a big sell-off has been predicted for months, and then the mainstream got on board with it a couple of weeks ago, and it basically started over the weekend. It started Friday, and it's continuing. Yesterday, the Dow did get pumped up by the usual suspects, but the rest of the world was down anywhere from 2.5% to 4.5%, not points, percent. And the same thing happened again last night. This time, the Dow did not prop itself up. Last I looked, it was close to 1.8, something like that percent. I've been out all day, so I'll look at it when I get home. But the sell-off has begun in earnest, and the next thing, of course, is to see when it bottoms out. So we got to follow that. The lower it goes, the stronger the case to implement the GCR that much faster. And the other thing that was of interest today was I saw 4 separate articles and 2 of them TV commercials on buying silver and gold. And I was fascinated. And on one of them, I was sitting in a waiting room, and they had Fox News on, and the commercial was on Fox, and the guy actually used the term global currency reset. He said there's going to be a global currency reset that is going to wreak havoc on world finances, and gold is one of those traditional safe havens that anyone can get into, and they were hawking coins. But I just found it fascinating. There it was on mainstream television. The term global currency reset. So I know we're all frustrated, and I know we all have that little tinge of doubt. If you weren't an intelligent person, you wouldn't have that tinge of doubt. So, but here's just another signpost. It's happening. It's in process. We don't know exactly when. We just don't know. Nobody knows, by the way, and I mean nobody, except the people that are controlling it, and they're not talking to anybody. So, is it healthy to guess? I don't know. Maybe, maybe not. It depends. If you need people to guess for you, there's people out there who are willing to do it. But Jerry and I are not willing to do that. And as far as the rates go, same thing. We just gotta be flexible. And as what's his name? I forget the name of that awful TV show with the Zen Masters. We must be able to bend like blades of grass in the wind. And it's probably true here. We won't know what's going on until they sit down and they hear us. So, all that said, I'm in a very good place around all of this. It's too bad we got to deal with idiots and cities, as Tony used to call
Hold on just a second. Hold, please. Okay, and we have kind of a little special guest here. I think you'll appreciate this, Aiko. Before I unmute you, I'll give you a little introduction. Another fallen angel has graced our presence. Welcome, fallen angel from the Dizzy Room. Come on down. Becky from Utah.
How you doing, Jerry?
Good, good.
Are you there?
Glad to have you. Yeah, I'm here. Glad to have you on the call.
This has been a crazy ride, I have to say. I'm hoping that we can kind of talk about some things today, Jerry, because I think the air needs to be cleared. First, this Nick Jaramarino, I've researched him. He's nothing. So he's about a laugh. As far as Disney's Room, yes, I got ejected by the famous Linda. She loves her mute button, and she loves to eject people that care. So I will challenge her any day. I don't really have any problems with Dizzy, just so everybody knows. I really think that he educated me pretty well on how our system worked and everything. So I still have a respect for him. I don't have any reason to talk bad about Dizzy. But I came on here today. I asked to come on here today, Jerry, because I think that people need to be true to themselves in this and be able to speak up, you know, when they feel differently about things. I got kicked out for wanting people back in the room that got kicked out for talking about politics. But I think we all know that we're dealing with the currency reset. We're also dealing with politics. I'm sorry, you can't really, there's really no difference. This is a global currency reset. It has a lot to do with politics. But I'm a person, I have a lot of emotions. I think anybody that knows me knows that I care and I love about people. You know, I love people in general. But, you know, Aiko, I miss you. Art, I've never got the pleasure to meet you yet, but you're in a few rooms that I'm in. You guys have all tried so hard, and I want to thank all of you for anything that you've brought in. This has been a guessing game for everyone. I don't care whose room you're in. And there is no, you know, my own opinion, I don't think there is a date or rate or anything yet. I think that that's bound to be determined when you get into your exchanges. And I think everybody's exchanges are going to be completely different. So I think that, you know, we just got to play it by ear and have confidence that we're going to get through this and we're going to do great things with this. But as far as the Dizzy crew, the minions, you know, I've had a lot of issues. Everything I spoke in his room and in his room, I spoke honestly. And I just want to say that I'm relieved that I'm out of that room because I'm not a person that'll be a puppet. I'm not a person that'll be told what to do. I'm not a person that's going to be told to stay out of Jerry's room or Ray Wren's room or wherever I choose to go to get my research because I'm here just like everybody else learning. So all I'm saying is, you know, Jerry, I don't know you too well, but I adore how you speak your mind. I feel the same way. You know, I can tell you're a little nervous sometimes because it feels like, you know, I know we all get nervous that we're all going to get sued or something, you know, but because there's been a lot of threats of that. But the fact is, you know, we still have freedom of speech. I'm not saying anything against anybody that I cannot prove. And, you know, I just want to bring peace. I want everybody to be peaceful. I want everybody to get through this. I really wish there was a way to combine all these rooms and for everybody just to speak their piece sometimes because you guys, I mean, it's a long road. And we all have different opinions, and it really does help when we're hearing everybody's different opinions. And if we can't be honest and we can't talk out loud and, you know, share our feelings, what kind of people are we? I mean, just think about that. So
Thank you, Becky.
no problem.
All right, let's go on to our first caller. Star 2 to raise your hand. Houston, can you hear me now?
Yes, sir. How you doing today?
Redneck Radio, go ahead.
Amen, amen. Well, I got to say that what the last speaker just spoke about is the truth. We as Americans, I grew up in the 50s, and I saw America as it was. And today, I can tell you after 5 years running down the...
Houston, if
Yes, sir?
you can back off just a little bit, you're really loud. Just back off a tad.
Okay, I apologize. So,
Okay.
I thank you for taking my call, and I thank you for being an inspiration to us all. I thank you for allowing us to speak as normal human beings, as Americans. And I can say this, that what we have experienced has been the biggest mental expansion in my lifetime of seeing the truth of the truth. And right now, we are all sitting in the same boat. And again, you remember I asked you last time, heart of hearts, do you know somebody exchanged? And you said, yes, I do.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, here we are, sitting here today, and we have read so many articles about so many things from different sources. So my question is really simple. It's that we as Americans, we as investors, we as people of truth of America really are seeking to improve America because we can see what the politicians have done to America. And we really want to be back as we were as we grew up. And we are not
And your
right
question,
now.
And your question is?
My question is this, real simple. Jerry, what inspired you to do this call?
Iko and I do this call as a balance for everything else that's out there in dinar land. We like to think of ourselves as the voice of reason. We don't call it. We don't give a rate. We just talk about what's out there, and that's why I'm doing this.
Okay, here's my point. My point was, you remember how Tony always said, they asked us, and I called in 2 or 3 times on Tony's call, and I said, who are they? And every time I said, who are they, DC would interrupt me and go in on his spill. And so the point I'm trying to say is there is a lot of us that want to believe and truly believe and pray and believe in our heart of hearts this is really real, you know, and all we have is a voice
Hold on. I understand. I muted you for a second. If you'll just get to your question, because there's several other people that want to ask questions too. So I'm going to unmute you. Just give me your question and I'll answer it.
My question is, are you part of the they asked you, like Tony was asked to do the call? Nope. Okay, that's good.
Thank you.
So my question is very simple. We all are sitting here listening to words, and it's beautiful words, and we're very grateful.
Listen, I answered your question. I'm going to go on to somebody else. Today is not a day for pontification. I apologize for being short, but we want to get some questions. Thank you. That is this. Paris, California. Come on down.
Hi, Jerry. How are you?
Good. Star 2 to raise your hand to ask a question. Go ahead, Paris.
Yes, greetings to the room. First, Jerry, I wanted to say I don't know why, you feel the need to defend yourself. There's no arguing with stupid. So that was my first point. Secondly, I wanted to share a brief story really quick, and it's purely speculation on my part. A couple of months ago, my husband came home. He said to me that there were 2 individuals at his job that had some type of currency. He doesn't know anything about the currency, so he did not know what he was looking at. They're Spanish-speaking individuals, so he could not listen in on the conversation because they were speaking in Spanish. Yesterday, he called me during his break, and he tells me, that those two people, those two people have, they quit their jobs. So again, it's purely speculation on my part as to why they have quit. They just both happen to be currency holders. So I just wanted to bring that little story in, and it's a story of some kind of hope there.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Thank you.
Anything else for us?
No, that's it.
All right. Thank you, ma'am.
Uh-huh.
Also, back in probably mid-July, closer to July, I had mentioned that October 1st, we could go that far. Hope not, but look where we're at. This is thinking outside the box. We've all heard the rumors about how the U.S. corporation is dead and that we have a new republic coming in. I've got my fingers crossed that this is true. So let's think about it this way. If that is true, our fiscal year for the United States runs from October 1st to September 31st. Aha. So why would you want to put new money on top of old money? I'm hoping this is not the case. I'm just speculating on my part. So could this go to October 1st? I hope not, but the end of the fiscal year for the U.S. corporation, if it's truly dead, will be September 31st. October 1st brings new money. So that's just me thinking outside the box. I could be way off base. I sure hope I am. So those are my thoughts there on that particular issue. All righty, North Bend, Washington, come on down.
Good afternoon, guys. How are you?
Good. How are you today?
Very well, thank you. It's a beautiful sunny day here in the Northwest. I was listening to a recording yesterday of the 3D call, and I apologize for bringing another call information in, but I was a little concerned that he said that the 100 trillion and the 50 trillion were probably going to be the only currencies that were going to be paid on. That, and I listened to it 2 or 3 times to make sure I was getting it right. He did kind of leave the door open for people walking in off the street that, like the $500 million note and lower notes would be paid that way, but they wouldn't have the special rate that the 100T and the 50T would have. Do you have any information on that, or can you clarify for me? Thank you.
Well, I kind of agree with what you've said there. The hundreds and the 50Ts, I don't think the bank is going to turn down any of the ZIM. It just may not come with the special rate, as we'll call it. Since it's all supposed to be considered a bond, what does Tony say? Nothing beats a failure but a try. So when it comes time, walk in there, throw it on the table, and start hollering, show me the money, quietly.
All right, thank you. Thank you very much.
You're welcome. Here we go. Boynton Beach, Florida. Come on down.
Chair?
Hello. Yes, sir. Go ahead. Hello. Boynton Beach. (561) Boynton Beach, Florida. I can hear me in the background.
Yes. Is it interrupting you,
Professor.
hearing you? By the
Hey,
way, I
Professor,
could not
what's
get in
going
on the
on?
website.
Well, I thought I tweeted out the. I know you don't follow me on Twitter, so sorry about that.
Oh, okay. In any event, a couple of general comments. Let me shut this thing down so it doesn't interrupt everybody. I'm sorry.
I tweeted out the.
Okay. I think 3D did clear up the fact that there would be the other ZIMs, while he didn't give it actual denomination when I asked him that specific question. So I don't think I would worry. More importantly, we really don't know what level we're at. But I'd like to make a comment for all of the gurus. As an individual, I freely give up a point where I can discuss something. I think if we discuss politics at any of these forums, we would never get to the questions and answers. And that's not just losing our freedom. It's just retaining our sanity, where we can chat without getting involved with religion or politics. There's a place for it. Here we are trying to get an education, trying to get knowledge with the likes of you and Iko and the others. And that's all. I just wanted to bring that point out.
Well, you need to remind me that September only has 30 days, Professor.
I didn't want to do that to you.
Well, 31. What is 24 hours? What's 24 hours? Darn it!
Oh, hey, but what happens if you're only late for a plane by 1 minute? No problem.
That's true. All right, Professor. Thank you.
No, I did want to remind you of that.
Hey, Professor Psycho.
Yes.
Good to hear your voice.
Thank you.
Yeah, I agree with your analysis of what 3D said on his call. I think what he was alluding to was that the so-called sovereign rates were only going to be issued out on the 50s and the 100 key.
I believe you're correct there.
Yeah, but you could bring all your other ZIM denominations into the bank at the time of exchange appointment, and and see what you can get for them. They're just trying to simplify their process. Is what I heard.
Well, we really don't have enough direct explanation of the procedures. We have a great learning curve to go through yet.
Yeah, we're not going to get it. It's by design. I'm sure.
It is.
I'm guessing too much there. They really do have this thing. I'm convinced they have it completely nailed down and tied up with a bow. We just don't know what's inside the package, and we won't know until we get into our exchanges. And if people start violating their NDAs, it's going to get them into big trouble. So we're not going to know until we are actually sitting in front of that whatever you want to call it, committee or group of exchangers to find out exactly what's going on.
That's going to be interesting whether there's going to be 2, 3, or 4 people there, and who can make the decisions as far as the rate. I'm finding that to be very interesting.
Well, yeah, and that's why. Well, I don't want to get into a no-fly zone here. So,
okay. Coward.
No. I'm being practical with my pending fortune. That's what I'm being. I'm not being a coward. I'm being a smart businessman. and I'm listening to the lawyers, and the lawyers are talking loud. So,
yes, they are.
Yes, they are.
But it should be very interesting. One of the things that concerns me, and I'm going to raise the cockles of some hairs here, but not all these banks are going to have the same quality wealth manager individuals.
They sure aren't.
Oh, we addressed that last call, Professor. I said, there's going to be a shortage of qualified people because there's going to be so many needed.
Well, I blew somebody's mind last night when I said to, well, they want to build something. I said, realize the possibility that there's going to be a shortage of quality people in all fields.
Yep. It's going to take time to catch up.
It's going to take time to catch up, and the rates to pay for something is going to be very different. Just like people are going to be online waiting for Rolls Royces. The production is going to be slower. All right.
Thank you,
Hey,
Professor.
gentlemen, take it easy. Good to hear both
Thanks,
of you.
Professor. Yep.
Oh, and I want to say this. Yes, the calls will continue Tuesday and Friday. Calls will continue. Oh, let's see here. Rocks on the web. Come on down.
I just wanted to say thank you for everything that you've done for all of us and all the things that you, Art, and Aiko, your common sense is awesome. Thanks, guys.
You're welcome. Thank you very much.
What was that, Aiko?
I said, could you tell my wife that, please?
Absolutely. I wish I could. But thank you, guys. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
That's it.
Here's that damned insurance salesman again, Aiko. Do we want to talk to him?
Sure. Why not? He's good until it's the old New York philosophy. You're good until you screw up, and then you're dead.
Yeah.
Honey, get me the IV, the morphine drip one. They're leaving the air. They're not going to be on the radio any longer. Now, you guys, now wait a minute. Now you've completely confused me. You said that you're not going to be. The calls will continue, but I thought you said you're going off the air, and the only thing will be open.
No, I did not say that. I did not say that. Let me clarify this again. The calls will continue Tuesday and Friday. Let me mute you because you're awful noisy. What is closing down is the rolling chat in my forum. So if you're not in the forum, you don't have to worry about that. But the rolling chat will be closed down. But the forum, if you're a member, will be read only. You can't post any comments. But the PM, the private messaging portion of it is still open. You can read and you can PM other members. So now that we have that cleared up, baby, put away the morphine drip.
Okay. Are you there?
Yes, go ahead.
All right. I was just curious. They were talking about the Zim, and everybody every week it changes, whether they're going to drop the zeros and they're not going to drop the zeros. I guess it would be somewhere like in between. So if they did drop it or whether they retained it, you're probably just going to get a number. And not only that, but I'm kind of concerned that we know the big number. There is a big number out there. Okay, if you go to the bank, there's a big number out there. Whether they give it to you or not is another story. Whether they believe in your projects, this big number, don't the banks, as soon as you give them those Zim, aren't they going to go? They're going to take the big number and they're going to give you whatever's left. Is that a possibility so they can become solvent again?
You
follow my train of thought?
That is bank business that they will never tell us about. All we're worried about when we get in the bank is to remain flexible, listen what they have to offer us, and make a decision.
But if they offer us pennies, let's say, for example, you go to Wells Fargo and they offer you, okay, let's say 11 cents, whatever it is. And I'm sure everybody out there is screaming their brains out, saying, oh, that's great. But if you look at the other end of it, that I'm going to take another number that's been thrown out there, and they receive $500, okay, for each Zim. You know, I don't think you'd be that happy if that was the relation in terms of what you're going to gain.
Here's the thing. We won't know because anybody that receives that rate, if they receive that rate, is going to sign an NDA and they can't talk about it. We won't know. So it's going to be a best informed decision on our part by remaining flexible.
All right. Part B to that is, can I go someplace else? And I know Chase, they said Chase will take Zim. But is there someplace else I could go, like the government? Because these are bonds.
I don't know.
No. Okay.
Nobody knows.
That's fair. All right, my friend. Well, thank you very much, and I wish you'd quit bringing those negative thoughts into your mind about these people that are wondering what you did with the money. I mean, you're giving them too much advertising, and they don't need it, and you're better than that. So carry on, my friend.
When they start threatening, that's different.
Listen, they start threatening, you just throw their email out there, and you'll have a lot of protection.
Oh, I know. Thank you, sir.
Okay, have a great day. Bye now.
Sounds like a Spanish dish. Casa Grande. Is that 2 enchiladas with extra cheese? Casa Grande? Casa Grande, Arizona.
Jerry, is that me?
Oh, that's you.
All right. Okay. I apologize. I normally listed as Phoenix. So anyhow, just a couple of statements real quick. First of all, thanks to you and ICO and everything you guys do for us. And I received a significant education. I've been an importer for about 25 years now, and I bring in mattresses. That's what my company is. And 90% of my stuff is brought in from China, specifically Dongguan and Dongguan City in Guangdong province. And for the first time ever, about a month ago, I've been trying to get through, but I haven't had an opportunity to get through to you guys. But for the first time about a month ago, when I was there negotiating, I was not allowed to negotiate in U.S. dollars. First time ever. I had to convert all of my currency into Chinese dong first. Incidentally, I got nailed on taxes when I come back because we couldn't come to an agreement this time because prices are...
Hold on. Did you say the Chinese yuan or the Vietnamese dong?
No, I was in Dongguan City in Guangdong province in China. So the Chinese yuan is what I was negotiating with.
Okay.
And I couldn't use the U.S. dollar for the first time ever, and I've been doing this for 25 years. So this was my first time ever that I was not allowed to use U.S. dollars. I had to negotiate everything in Chinese yuan. I asked them specifically, I said, why is that? Why are you guys changing policies now after we've been doing business for a really long time? In fact, we couldn't come to an agreement this time on price because of their change in policies. And I know things are changing. I get it. I've been in this now for about 6 years, and I've been told forever that this is coming, and I agree it's coming, but for the first time I had some confirmation from some legitimate high-level businessmen in China. And I asked them specifically, why are we changing policies now? I've been importing mattresses from you guys for a long time. Basically, the education that I got from at the time is China is trying to unload their U.S. debt. The reason why we're getting these substantial rates and so forth on the Zim, and the reason we're getting substantial rates on the Vietnamese dong specifically, not so much on the dinar, but on the other two currencies, is because their goal is to unload as much U.S. debt as they possibly can. You understand that all the businesses over there basically are owned by the city or by the county or by the state, by the government of China. They have authorization to do business in the U.S. They have authorization to do businesses as businesses, but really the businesses are basically owned by the government. So what I'm driving at is these businessmen, for the first time, kind of acknowledged, hey, what our goal is we're going to diversify our debt. We're going to export our U.S. debt into other currencies and other countries. You're probably well aware of the giant military and city facility that China is building right now in Zimbabwe. I'm sure everybody is. But for the first time in, a couple hundred years, we actually have one country going in to occupy another country. I mean, not in forces of war, but just going in and putting in a colony. That's what it is. China is colonizing Zimbabwe. So, and they're doing it financially. They're doing it with a commitment from Zimbabwe. But effectively, by having these sovereign bonds, they've acknowledged to me that they recognize these sovereign bonds as having, at least utilitarily, some kind of tie to Zimbabwe and a hold over Zimbabwe. So they're not going to sell the Zimbabwe dollar back to Zimbabwe. They're going to use that as ownership of Zimbabwe. This was the first time this was ever acknowledged to me. Incidentally, I didn't come to an agreement, so those of you out there that are really concerned about taxes and things like that, I had roughly $3.5 million US that I had to convert back into US dollars when I came back from China. Chinese yuan had taken a slight rise over our dollar, and so I came back at a profit, and I got nailed, tax-wise. Now, I did take my currency out of country, and I did bring it back into the country, and I showed a profit, but I just want you to be aware that that is a possibility. I live in Arizona, and I exchanged in California. I had to pay California taxes. I want this to be on everybody, because if you choose to go to another state to exchange, and your state has lower taxes, you have to pay the taxes of that country, or that city, or that state, excuse me. So just want you to be aware, if you choose to go to another state, so you folks in Texas, you really got it good because you don't pay income tax there. And I understand that Alaska's the same way, and Washington State's the same way, and Florida's the same way.
Wyoming.
Yeah, Wyoming. So you guys that don't have state income tax, do not go to another state and exchange. I cannot emphasize this enough. I just got nailed for $121,000 on my exchange on taxes. And I want you to understand,
a real kick in the
a lot of money.
Yeah. Yep.
That's just what got nailed on my profits coming back. So basically, I exchanged my money. I re-exchanged it coming back in because we couldn't come to a deal. I profited, and I got drilled for 50%. So put that in your pipe and smoke it.
Yep. And off we go to Colorado. All righty, sir. Thank you.
You're welcome.
There you go. Another confirmation from a businessman that they don't want the USD. They're trying to get rid of it. All righty, here we go. Will Rodeo Drive come on down?
Yes. Hi. How are you?
Good. How are you?
Oh, I'm the speaker. Hello? Hello? Doggone it.
I'm here.
Oh, there you are.
We're here.
I'm in my car, and I'm on the phone, and you can't drive and do all that kind of stuff. Okay, I had a quick question, darling. I wanted to know, when I asked you the last time, because I have some legal matters that have to be taken care of in between.
Oh yeah, you're the lady with that. Yeah, you got the big D going on.
Yeah, that's it. But also, so when I transfer, so when I go into exchange, I put it in a trust, but doesn't it name me as the trustee?
Sure.
Right. So aren't they going to be able to, aren't I the one that, see, because I still have, the D going, doesn't that entitle them to half?
I see you're asking about legal advice. I'm
And
sorry,
I
I can't give it to you.
Okay, so just go in, exchange it, and put it in whatever trust is in the bank, and then go and get my other trust.
There you go.
Thank you, darling.
You're welcome.
You have a good day.
Juliet, Illinois, come on down. Juliet.
Is that 815?
That is 815.
Okay, great. Okay, I had a question. First of all, I want to thank you guys for what you do. It's a security question. I'm curious of why we have to provide aliases on the calls and different things. For instance, everybody knows who Bill Gates is and Warren Buffett, and these people have money, and they have security. So what is the deal with, we knew who Tony Rand was. What is the deal with all these aliases and security? Can you explain that to me?
In what form, please? I mean,
why? What's the purpose? Because when you have security, you can't get to a person that has proper security. You can know they have all the money in the world, Donald Trump.
Oh, you're
not going to get to his money. You're not going to get to him.
Well, do you want to stay underneath the radar? Are you going to have as much money as Donald Trump, Bill Gates, or otherwise?
Possibly.
Okay. Until then, even if you do, there's people worth 10 times that amount. Do you know who they are? No. Do you want to stay underneath the radar? Yes, I do. Well, it's kind of hard for me. I've got idiots out there posting my picture of my bald head drinking beer. Darn it.
Wow. I hope that's not you. I feel sorry.
Well, all I got to say is only time will tell.
Okay. Okay. Well, I just wanted to know, because I think that's a lot of people that have questions about the authenticity of the calls and the guru providers. Like, why do some people show their face, Davey Smith, the land of people, all this, and then other people, they don't show their face? They're going to have as much money as everybody else, and they're like, that gives you some kind of suspicion that, hey, something might not be on the up and up here.
Some people just prefer their privacy, and some have their privacy, but they're in the limelight. It's just a choice.
No problem.
All
Thank
right.
you. That was my question.
All right. Have a good day.
You too. Bye-bye.
Ada, Oklahoma. Come on down. 580.
Hey, Jerry.
Hey, how you doing?
Hear me?
Yes, sir.
I am, but I just wanted to make a kind of a statement. I'm convinced that this thing's going to happen this month, and the reason I am is because this is the last month of the Jubilee year, and God works in systems. He works in time frames, and I told my wife a couple of months ago, I said it could go to September. I told a friend of mine that he has currency as well, but I'm convinced. I've studied it, and I'm convinced that it's going to happen this month sometime, and so there's no need to get upset or frustrated or anything. Just relax. That's the thing of it. You've said it a lot of times. Just relax, and because when you stop and think about this thing, to get over 200 countries to agree on anything is an impossibility for any man to do. This has to be instigated by God, and so it's something that if you stop and think about it, there's no way this would happen if it was not either ordained by God or okayed by God. And so I know you don't want to talk religion. I'm not talking religion. I'm talking about this revaluation. And
sure.
Whenever anybody understands that, then they can relax, and it's out of our hands anyway. And so just relax and like the pastor kept whenever he was on, he kept saying just turn to Jesus and put your trust in Him, and everything else will work out. And so that's another thing I wanted to say. I don't have any questions or anything, but and I appreciate you and Iko and Art and I think doing the best you can, and that's good. But just relax. Don't let people get under your skin, and just when you put your trust in Jesus, you can relax because it's out of our hands anyway.
Yes, sir. Thank you very much.
And if you want to talk to me more about that, well, you've got my number because I've got some references that makes it make a lot more sense.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, and y'all have a blessed day.
So I have 2 Bend, Oregon, both with the same area code, and I'm going to give the last 4 of your phone number. So Bend, Oregon, the last 4 of your phone number is 3895. Come on down.
Good afternoon, Jerry. You hear me okay?
Howdy. Yep.
The gentleman who was talking about the tax on an exchange when he came back from China, what kind of tax was that?
It's your exchange. It's your exchange rate tax. He gained, according to I know what he's talking about. When he came back, the IRS says if you make, over X amount from your exchange when you're going and coming, then you've got to pay a tax on it, and it's over. He went over the $200 limit. So whether he exchanged at TravelX or back at the bank, probably back at the bank, with that amount of money, then he got hit with the taxes on the difference.
That was a capital gains tax as defined by the IRS. Okay.
Correct.
And was that a short-term, long-term?
Well, he went over and came back. I'm probably sure was within a 30-day time frame.
Oh, okay.
Probably 2 weeks probably 2 weeks or less. He went over there to do business, didn't come to a deal, came back, brought the money back, and got tabbed. So 2 weeks or less.
Okay, that helps clarify things for me. Thank you very much.
You're
I
welcome.
was just curious if that might have happened to have been like a sales tax, because California is known for doing that.
Oh, yeah.
So, okay. Appreciate it. I'll let you go.
All right, bye. So now we'll get to the other Bend, Oregon. Come on down.
Is that
8745. That's you. Come on down.
Jerry, thank you for taking my call.
You're welcome.
This is more a report than it is a question. I work with a company that makes soil treatments for farming, and the first 3 of the last 5 years, we've had a man actually travel to Iraq to work with farmers and demonstrate the benefits of this soil treatment. This is an organic soil treatment. They came to the conclusion, after observing the benefits, that in order to achieve their desired goals with agricultural production, they needed to use that product. And our competitors were Monsanto. We're just a small company here in Oregon. For a year, we have been issued a purchase order to purchase the initial amount of product. They wanted to purchase enough to consequently treat soil over there. And for a year, like I say, we've had a purchase order. Last week, we were contacted and told to expect payment of the initial order because they know they need to prepay the first order. And that is enough to treat 200,000 acres.
When is that payment supposed to hit your account? That's the big question.
This week. They told us to.
They just said sometime this week.
Yeah, just sometime this week. Now, naturally, after it's paid, I won't be able to say anything, but we haven't received it yet. But we were told to expect it this week.
Is there something that says that you can't talk about it? Did you sign anything?
No, we didn't sign anything. It's just we're working with a number of other countries. The Chinese have been over and met with us. We're working with a trust that wants us to treat soil in Vietnam because our soil treatment removes glyphosate. Are you familiar with what glyphosate is?
Yes.
It's
so
the
this payment.
With Roundup.
Hold on, this payment you're receiving, this is the one that's coming directly from Iraq, no other country?
Exactly. And we were told that it represented the funds that they issued that we've all read about that were extended to the farmers over there in the form of loans, but it's being coordinated by the government.
Well, can you send me an email? Go ahead.
For the past year and a half, the past Minister of Agriculture has been calling our man who has represented us on a weekly basis because they've been held up also. They wanted to get started with these projects, but they were not allowed to until now, apparently.
Well, this is a good thing.
I just thought I'd give you that report. It may encourage some people because this is I've kind of considered it the canary in the coal mine. When we see funds, then it would indicate to me that they truly are dealing on an international level in commerce.
So it won't bother if I call you sometime after the call's over today.
No. But we're talking a consequential order. It's going to be 100 250-gallon totes, 25,000-gallon initial order.
Right. Thank you, sir. So if a number calls you that says blocked, you know it's from me, okay?
Okay.
Thank you, sir.
You take care.
Now, I think that's pretty interesting. It sounds to me like money's starting to move. What do you think, Wingman? Are you back? He'll come back in a minute.
No, I'm back.
Raleigh.
I'm back. Yeah, no.
Raleigh.
I think Tootie's calls. Nice black and white business information, not DNR BS, you know. Says it's real. That's what we're looking for. The real deal.
Raleigh, North Carolina. Come on down. Is this my favorite individual over there?
No, that's not him, but he's my buddy.
Okay.
Yeah,
the one that calls in as anonymous.
Redneck Radio.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's my buddy. Hey, I just want to say Nicholas is an idiot because you actually had Oki on this call, and he said in his own words, in his own voice, that he received the money and thank you very much.
Well, you just can't fix stupid, especially over there at Dinar Daily. That's all I got to say about that.
That is very true. On a different note, on I believe it was Friday's call, did Dizzy ever get a hold of you and explain the market? I know that one guy called in and explained on Dizzy's behalf, but not because Dizzy told him to.
No, he will never call me. We don't talk. We're at opposite ends. I'm a moron and he's an intellectual, and those two just don't meet in the middle.
Oh, that's okay. I'm a member of the Deplorable Club. Okay, everybody wants to know what's the date and rate. Come on.
Well, I'm not telling, okay?
Okay. Hey, one quick question and I'm out. You had mentioned that you know for sure, 100% positive that this is for real, but you can't tell us why. Do you think that there's any time in the future before this actually happens that you'll be able to share that information?
Which information?
You said that a caller asked you if you knew that the dinar was for real as far as being exchanged for a higher amount, and you said you knew beyond a shadow of a doubt for a fact that it was true, and he asked if you could share that information with us, and you said no.
I never said that the dinar was trading for a higher rate. He wanted to know if I knew somebody that had exchanged for SKRs. I said, yes, I did. I never said anything about an amount.
Okay. Okay. And my misunderstanding.
No problem. Anything else I can do for you?
Have a beer with me.
Absolutely. Thank you, sir.
All right. Have a good evening.
Bye-bye. Hey, look, another Houston. Can you hear me now? Come on down.
Chew the back.
Redneck Radio with
what's
Legacy
up,
Ice Cream. This is Legacy Ice Cream, dude, isn't it?
No, this got to get him, man.
Okay. Go ahead.
How you doing? Yeah.
Good.
You guys doing a great job. You, Iko, and Art. We happy about that. Yeah, man. I went to the bank, man, to a couple of my banks, and there's one bank manager that I talk to all the time, and he said he bought him some currency, and he said I talked to him the other day, and he said that he knows it's about to go. He said they've been talking and they've been sending a lot of people around to go to different places for training because they lost a lot of people because a lot of people found out that they.
What bank?
U.S. Bank.
Okay.
They found out that it was a lot of people that they was training, and people found out about the currency, and they said they quit. A lot of them got some currency and quit the banking system, And I went to the other bank and to my other bank, and it was I went for some dung. Me and my wife, we went up there. We took some. We didn't have our dung. That's what had happened. And I asked the lady the rates, and she looked up the rates for the dung, and it was 47 cents. And it was 47 cents. And when we went up there, she said, she showed us to us the rate, and we said, okay, we'll be right back. Let us go get our currency. We raced to the house to go get it and came back. And I made a mistake. It wasn't that. But we said, you showed it to us. How can you make a mistake? And that was that. You hear me?
Oh, yeah, I can hear you.
And that screwed us up. So, we should have had it with us. And, but.
All righty, sir.
That's two bank stories.
Thank you, sir.
Okay.
Conroe, Texas. Come on down.
Well, hello, Jerry. Iko, how you doing? Can you hear me?
Hold on. Yes, sir. We can hear you. I just got a tweet forwarded to me. Seems that somebody's listening to the call, and this is the fake Okie Twitter account that says, "I was never on that WINGIT call. They have a voice double to sound like me. I have never lied to you." Whatever. You idiot. Okie is 77. I've personally talked with him. I got his phone number. He doesn't email. He doesn't Twitter. He doesn't text. Just leave the man alone. You're going to reap what you sowed here one of these days. I'd love to be there to see it happen, but don't have to be. Just why don't you leave Okie alone? My God. Of course, simple people, simple minds.
Well, there's another name for him, Jerry. It's called a fidiot.
Oh, well, yeah.
Mm.
Anyway, go ahead. What's your question, sir?
Okay, it's not a question. I'd like to share a little bank story that happened last week, and my heart beat about 150 miles an hour when I left the bank. I'm losing my voice. You'll have to bear with me here a minute. I went into a Wells Fargo bank in my town, cash a check. I saw a sign behind the teller, and I knew the little teller. And I asked her, I said, "Oh, y'all going to be doing the currency exchanges?" She said, "Yes, we're not supposed to talk about it." I said, "Oh, really?" I said, "Are you allowed to possess this currency now?" She says, "Oh, yes. Yes, they told us." I said, "Well, do you have any idea when this exchange will take place?" She said, "That they haven't told us yet." I said, "Well, one more question, because there's a lot of managers walking around." I said, "Are y'all going to be exchanging at this particular location?" She said, "No." I said, "What's the nearest location?" And she said, "The Woodlands." So that actually happened last week, and that's a lot of, I hope it's true. I don't see why she would lie to me. I've been in there many, many, many times, and that's where I keep one of my trust accounts, so they know me. So that seemed to be good news. So I'd sure like to hear some stories about real bank stories that John Q. Public went into and what they were told. So it looks like it's getting close. I hope it's getting close.
Well, let's see what happens. All righty. Thank you, sir.
Okay, thank you.
On the web, Mr. Jones, come on down.
Hi, can you hear me?
Yes, sir, go ahead.
Well, one of the things that I've heard from bank contacts and a couple of groups that I belong to is that it was supposed to happen last Tuesday, and Obama put the order through to Jack Lew that the U.S. would not be participating, the public could not cash in, and the powers that be are trying to change this. Have you heard anything similar?
Nope, not a peep.
And this was confirmed by another contact I know that's retired from SA and Secret Service. He did tell Jack Lew, Secretary of Treasury, that the U.S. public would not be allowed, and that caused a lot of ripples because if we don't have our wealth cashed in this country, it affects other countries, and it's like basically a ripple in a pond as far as not benefiting these other countries. So if you can explore that and let me know if you get any confirmations, I'd greatly appreciate it.
Absolutely, thank you.
Thank you, and thank you for what.
Baltimore, Maryland, come on down.
Hi, Jerry. How are you?
Good. How are you doing? You muted yourself. Here, let me unmute you. Okay, you're
Can you hear
unmuted,
me?
Baltimore. Yes.
Okay. Hi, Jerry. How are you?
Good, good. How are you?
Okay. The other gentleman that called in and what he was saying, I had called and asked you if you knew beyond a shadow of a doubt that this was for real. And you said yes, but you could not reveal what it was. And I said, I trust you. And what that guy was saying was asking you, could you ever reveal how you knew this was real?
No.
Okay. He was asking, towards the end there, could you say? But so I just wanted to come in and reiterate that. But anyway, so thank you. So I guess that's what he was asking. How whatever information you know, would you be able to ever tell us? So But anyway, well, thank you, Jerry. Have a good day.
You're welcome.
Bye-bye now.
Oh, look. This must be the other redneck radio. Raleigh, come on down.
No, it's me again, and thank you to the lady for just clarifying what I was asking. Hey, Jerry, I've got one for you. You know, we can't call people dirty names, okay? But I came up with a name, and I think you'll understand what it is. People that I don't like, I call them donkey divots. You know, what's a divot but a hole in the ground?
Yep.
And and you got
absolutely.
You got it. So I call them double D's or donkey divots.
Thank you, sir.
All right. Bye.
Okay, last caller. Houston, can you hear me now?
Good afternoon. How you doing, buddy?
Not bad. Having a little redneck radio.
Well, I'm a redneck. I'm from Houston. I mean, I want you to understand. What?
I can see you there. You don't have to talk so loud.
Okay, I apologize. All we're seeking is truth, and all we've been doing is hearing story after story. And yes, I was the one that asked you, heart of hearts, do you know somebody that has gone in and exchanged? And you said yes. And
your question is?
Pardon me?
And your question is, please?
My question is, the truth of the truth is this, is that we really, truly want to believe, and we believe in our heart of hearts because our heart wants to help others. And the only way we can help others is by having this mean of exchange. And so all we're asking is, the truth of the truth is, when do you believe from your sources we can expect this to happen? Is it going to be today, tomorrow, next week, next month? I've been on this journey for 5 years, every day, listening to every person. And that's all I'm trying to say is I hope and believe that you have some kind of contact with someone that can say, hey, it's coming close.
Oh, hold on. Hold on. So I can't give you a defined date. If I could, I'd be buying more currency. You know, I'd be mortgaging my house, but I can't give you a date. I'm hoping it goes before October 1st. I gave you my reasoning why it may not go until then, but nobody knows the date or the rate. So that being said, Wingman, are you still there? Uh-oh.
Yep, I'm still here.
You got just
still
a few
here.
more minutes?
Yeah.
Okay. We'll just finish it out. We'll go to the top of the hour. Hold on. Mount Clements, I think this is Michigan, 586. Come on down. Hello. Mount Clements, Michigan. Hello. 586.
Hello, it's Tom the plumber.
Hey. Go ahead.
Hello?
Yes, sir. Go ahead.
Hey, you hear me, Jerry? Hello.
Yes, I can hear you. Go ahead.
Hey, Jerry, I just got into this a couple months ago, and I got like 10 DOM. And I'm just curious, I guess everything's looking the way it's supposed to, right?
Yep.
Yeah, because I never got on the line, and I've been listening for a while, and your program's phenomenal. And a friend turned me on to this, and I got like 10 or 12 DOM right now, and I'm just waiting for everything to go green. So I'm with everyone else. I'm waiting. So I just thought your program's wonderful, and things are, I'm just waiting like the rest of us, I guess.
There you go. Thank you, sir.
So just hang in there.
Yes,
Thank
sir.
you, Jerry.
Just hang in there. Jacksonville, Florida. Come on down.
Hey, you know it's me. How are you? Well,
Good.
anyway,
How are you doing?
I'm doing just wonderful. But listen, okay, I know you can't call it. You can't call a day all right. But let me tell you what my theory is. Let me see if you and
Hold on.
agree with it.
Hold on. I'm gonna call it right now. Okay? I'm gonna tell you exactly when it's gonna happen. It's gonna happen with a day that ends in Y.
Yes, you're absolutely right. But I'm thinking September 16th looks good for me, and I'll tell you why. Because that's whenever we have an exploration of things that's going on with the stock market. So, and if the RV or GCR doesn't occur, then the stock market is going to crash. How are they going to stop the stock market from crashing?
Call's over at 5 o'clock.
Wingman, you want to take
Oh, sorry. Am I on?
Yeah.
You're on.
No. She's asking a question about the stock market. I thought maybe you'd want to answer that one, Wingman.
Well, what's supposed to expire in the stock market?
Well, my understanding is that the stock options and the stock futures are expiring on Friday, on September 16th.
Well, no, that happens every week. What people do.
Doesn't that happen Go ahead, because I am referring to what happens 4 times a year.
No. Yeah, well, certain puts and shorts happen 4 times a year. Others happen weekly.
Okay.
Others happen monthly. It depends on what you're doing, what your goal is. So I don't think that's what that's not what we're looking for here. What we're looking for is a steady sell-off, reducing the volume in the market. That's what we're looking for, is a steady sell-off. We're looking for the big players to start moving their funds into other vehicles or just putting everything on hold. That's the trend, because the market is overvalued. It's basically, corporations aren't making profits. Companies are laying people off. Middle-class wages are either shrinking or remaining stagnant. All of that goes against what you would think would take what a healthy market would need to have as a baseline. Simply isn't there. So it's overvalued, and it's going to break down. And people think that it has actually started to break down. But like everything else, it takes time for it to filter through the various levels. And that's what we're witnessing. So hopefully it'll keep sliding this time. I mean, we want it to slide, really. We want it to get back to a realistic value of mid-8s, maybe 9,000. Literally half of what it is now. It's so overvalued. It's such a house of cards. Same thing with the bond market. Most of the bonds now are either not performing or they're actually negative, which is just, when you think about it, it's absurd. Who wants to give a country money and have them say, well, that's fine, but I'm not going to give you any interest on this money. In fact, I'm going to give you less money when the bond matures. That's literally what the bond market is saying right now. And people are purchasing those bonds. You know why they're doing it? Because they know their dollar is going to be worthless pretty soon. So at least they've got something instead of nothing.
Okay. Well, you definitely answered
All righty,
my
ma'am.
question. I'm sorry I took so long. Thank you so much.
That's
Enjoy
okay.
the rest of your day.
You're welcome. Literally last caller, Seattle, Washington. Come on down.
Hey, Jerry. How are you doing today?
Good, good. How are you doing?
Good. I just want to let you know the stock market's down 258 today.
Yeah, well, it's not the end of the day yet, is it?
Yeah, it's over.
Cool.
So it's on a downward trend as we're going today. See what happens tomorrow.
There you go. Thank you, sir.
Bye-bye now.
All righty. Been another good call today. And again, I will say this again. The rolling chat or the WINGIT forum will be closing permanently at 11 o'clock p.m. Eastern today. But the forum part of it will be open. It will be read only. You can read the articles and you can PM other members of the forum. That's all you can do. So you can read and PM, but the rolling chat is closed as of the end of business day. So everybody, thank you for your participation. The calls will still continue on Tuesdays and Fridays. Aiko, words of wisdom?
No. I'm not feeling all that wise today. I'm just feeling I'm satisfied with the direction things are going in and the speed they're going in.
What is the last word of the day, Wingman?
Goodbye.
Goodbye.
The conference is now completed. Goodbye.